Let's talk about something that sounds like it's straight out of a spy movie. What if your CEO could be on a video call with you while also being on the phone with your finance team demanding an urgent wire transfer? Well, that's not science fiction anymore. We're diving headfirst into the new reality of AI-driven cyber threats. And to guide us, we're using a fantastic strategic report from Bob Slovic over at Virtualization Options LLC to break down exactly how these attacks work and, more importantly, what we as leaders can actually do to stop them.
So, just how big of a deal is this? Let's put a number on it. The FBI estimates that AI-powered fraud is already pulling $12.5 billion out of the economy. And that's not a projection for the future. That's the annual loss happening right now. It's a staggering figure.
But, that 12.5 billion is a huge number, spread out across thousands of incidents. What does a single targeted attack look like? Well, this number, $25 million. That's what one single Australian company lost. Not over a year, but from one incredibly sophisticated deepfake voice scam. That right there is the kind of damage these new tools can do.
And that's exactly why we're calling this a brand new era of deception. For the very first time in history, the most convincing lies aren't being told by people. They're being generated by artificial intelligence. And they're doing it at a scale and a speed that we humans just can't keep up with. The whole game has changed. I mean, we all learned how to spot the old school attack on the left, right? The mass emails, the glaring typos, the stuff our spam filters catch easily. But the threat on the right? That's a different beast entirely. It's surgical, it's personalized, it uses perfect grammar, and it's designed from the ground up to slip right past our defenses. They're not casting a wide net anymore. They're launching precision-guided missiles. And you can really see this evolution right here. It all started with what we call phishing 1.0, that classic spray and pray spam. Then that got a little smarter and became phishing 2.0, with more targeted, researched emails. But where we are now is phishing 3.0. And this is the game changer. This is where AI is generating incredibly convincing deception, not just in email, but in voice and in video, making it almost impossible to tell what's real and what's fake. So, how are these attackers actually pulling this off? I mean, to build a defense that actually works, we have to understand how the attack is built. So let's break down the three main ways they're getting in. First up, good old email. It's still the #1 way in, but it has had a serious AI-powered upgrade. We're talking surgically precise emails with flawless grammar. The AI references real projects, recent company news, even mentions colleagues you both know by name. This makes them incredibly convincing and leads to these hyper-effective spear phishing attacks or even whaling attacks that go right after the C-suite. Then we get to voice attacks, or vishing. And this is where it gets a little scary. All an attacker needs is just a few seconds of audio, maybe from a conference call recording or a media interview, and an AI can clone an executive's voice. They then call someone in your finance department, using the psychological impact of hearing a trusted leader's voice to push through a fraudulent payment, always with a sense of extreme urgency. And that brings us to the most sophisticated vector of all, deepfake video. This is really the pinnacle of deception because it exploits the deep-seated trust we have in face-to-face communication. Imagine a live video call with your CFO asking for a wire transfer. The tech is getting really, really good, but it's not perfect yet. If you train your team what to look for, little things like unnatural lighting or the audio being just a tiny bit out of sync, they can spot the fake. Okay, so that's the threat. It's complex, it's sophisticated, and let's be honest, it's a little unsettling. So how in the world do we fight back? Well, there's no single silver bullet here. A truly resilient defense has to be built on three core pillars, all working together. And those pillars are technology, process, and people. See, if you only focus on one of these, you're leaving huge gaps in your defense. But when you integrate all three, you create a genuinely resilient organization that can actually stand up to these advanced attacks. So let's start with technology. The rule here is really simple. You cannot fight AI without AI. It means you have to deploy modern defenses. We're talking about AI-powered email security that uses natural language processing to spot weird phrasings, real-time deepfake detection tools for your video platforms, and voice authentication systems that can tell the difference between a real human and a synthetic clone. Now for the second pillar, process. Look, technology alone will never be enough. Your single most effective defense is a simple, unbreakable process. It's called independent verification.
All it means is that for any sensitive request, you confirm it through a separate channel. Get an urgent email from your boss? Send them a quick text message. Get a frantic call from a colleague? Ping them on your company's internal chat. This one simple habit short-circuits the entire attack. It's that powerful.
And the third pillar, of course, is your people. They're your last line of defense, and you need to empower them. The single most powerful tool you can give them is multi-factor authentication, or MFA. Why is it so crucial? Because an AI can clone your CEO's voice perfectly, but it can't physically hold your employee's phone to approve that push notification. Making MFA mandatory everywhere is an absolute non-negotiable. It stops impersonators cold.
Okay, so where do you, as a leader, fit into all of this? Building this kind of resilience isn't just an IT problem to be solved in a server room somewhere. It is a leadership mandate, so let's get right into your strategic action plan. Your job comes down to 4 key actions. First, you have to champion a verify, then trust culture, and that starts at the very top. Second, you have to invest in the right AI-powered defenses we've been talking about. Third, you've got to empower your people with ongoing, sophisticated training, not just a once-a-year webinar. And finally, you have to create a process where reporting suspicious activity is easy, it's fast, and it is completely blame-free.
You see, all of these actions, the tech, the process, the training, they all build towards your ultimate defense. And that is a vigilant culture. It's more powerful than any piece of software, and it's where your leadership truly matters most. And this isn't just about a training module. It's about creating an environment where security is a genuinely shared value, a place where employees feel psychologically safe to question an unusual request, even if it looks like it's coming directly from you. It means you reward that secure behavior. And most importantly, you have to model it yourself. Every single leader has to follow the verification process every single time, no exceptions.
So this all brings us to one final critical question that I want you to really think about. In this new world of AI-driven deception, when one of your employees gets a call that sounds exactly like you asking for an urgent wire transfer, what do they do? Ask yourself honestly, right now, is your organization's culture a security asset, or is it your greatest liability?